What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. In good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. Oh, and I'm just another YouTube personality, so take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, okay? All right, so listen. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I kind of want to give you a story and then get into the insurance piece of the video. So just bear with me, okay? All right. So first of all, oh yeah, by the way, get your t-shirts. Come on, get your t-shirts. If you haven't already, email me 32icon@gmail.com or go on Facebook 32icon, okay? And just a quick reminder, Vetter Holster is giving one winner a $100 gift certificate and a giveaway for those who entered the giveaway. In order to enter the giveaway, you have to purchase a t-shirt. So if you purchase a t-shirt from me, I received your email address and you will be entered into a giveaway where there will be one winner and they will receive the gift certificate from Vetter Holsters, okay? All right, so now into the video. So I worked with a guy who we're cool, and this was a couple of years back. We worked together, and one day I had stopped seeing him at work. So I'm like, whatever happened to such and such? I'm gonna call him, give me a name. I'm gonna call him Jesse. That's gonna be his name, Jesse. So I'm asking one of my colleagues, I'm like, yo, whatever happened to Jesse? I'm like, I don't know, we haven't seen Jesse in a minute. I'm like, yeah, so we called, no answer, whatever. So he's like, oh, okay, whatever. So some time go by and we don't know when Jesse's coming back because it's kind of like no one is hearing anything, and Jesse's a cool guy. So we're like, what's the problem? He's not answering the phone, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, come to find out, I'm getting gas one day, right? So I'm pumping my gas, minding my business as I usually do. And all of a sudden, Jesse pulls up on me. I'm like, yo, what's up, Jesse? What happened? I'm like, you quit? He was like, girl, no, they had me. I said, what you mean they had you? He was like, and you could tell he didn't want to tell me the entire story because number one, we're at the gas station in front of everybody. Number two, we spoke for about 45 minutes at the gas station. Number three, it was very sensitive because he was still getting over the traumatic events that happened with the story I'm about to tell you. So basically what happened was this. This is just the gist of the story. I couldn't get all the juiciness, but anyway, what happened was this. He was going into an apartment complex. Now, I don't know if it was his or somebody else's or what have you. All I know is that he was going in and there was a conversation that broke out between him and a couple of other guys. And you know how men tend to do, pumping their chest out. No, I'm the bigger man. No, I'm the bigger man. No, I got the bigger ego. No, I got the bigger ego. Anyway, they was beefing. And he was by himself. Jesse was by himself. He was by his car. And then the guy who he was talking to was actually a couple of them, but a few other came over. So according to Jesse, and I don't know Jesse to be a liar, so he has no reason to lie to me. And Jesse's really cool with me, so I took what he said at face value. So anyway, at this point, he said there was about 5 or 6 guys pretty much ganging up on him and about to charge him because of their little spat. So he felt threatened, and they had guns, according to Jesse. So they had guns. They about to brandish and pull out their stuff and coming toward him. So he pulls out his. Well, this all happened here in Connecticut. So he pulls his out, and they're like, nah. So they arguing, blah, blah, blah. So now they run off. So he's thinking it's all good because now they're no longer a threat. He can get in his car and go on about his day. Well, no. They called the police. The police come And they say, hey, this guy pulled out a gun on us. He was brandishing a gun. He threatened to shoot us, yada, 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 yada. Meanwhile, when they went away, they put their guns away and they called the cops. So when they came back, they didn't have any firearms with them. Now, he was still there because, like I said, I think he was going to a friend's house or something. So he was still around when the cops showed up. So he's trying to explain to them what happened. He's like, nah, they threatened me. He was like, it's like 5 or 6 of them. They coming toward me. They had the gun, blah, blah, blah. And so I just took mine out to let them know that I also have a gun and you're not about to cause me great bodily harm. Well, listen, I guess it was up for interpretation with the police officer because sure enough, they arrested Jesse, took him down to the police station. Girl, I said, what? I said, wait, so what all happened? He said, basically, they took him down to the police station. They didn't do anything to the other guys because he had his gun. They didn't have their gun. When they asked him if he had a gun, he showed it to him. He was like, yes, I have a gun. Here's my permit, all this, all that. I'm legit. It didn't matter. So they got him on brandishing and something else. Girl, he said he had to, what was it? He had to initially put up $8,000 to retain an attorney. And then he had to sell his car and he had to put up $8,000. I don't know if he got out on bail or not. I don't think he did because he didn't come back to work. That's what he was telling me. He was like, nah, pretty much when he got arrested, because the job that we worked at the time, they are able to get our information if we ever get arrested, DUI, any of that. So they obtained that he was arrested for firearm charges and they fired him. So without even going to court, without any of that, they just automatically fired him. So basically, long story short, he had to get up $8,000 immediately. He had to sell his car. I think at the end of the day, it ended up costing him, I want to say around $15,000 to $20,000, something like that. My numbers could be a little off because, like I said, he was kind of whispering. People were like, and all I wanted to know is if he was okay. But he spent a few months in jail trying to get it all sorted out. Now, he didn't shoot anyone. That was just from brandishing. And he happened to have some type of property where he could sell off quickly to acquire the funds he needed for the self-defense. And all of that leads me to this. By the way, he got his job back. So that's important to add. But all of that leads me to this. If I get arrested for defending myself or brandishing a firearm, which I wouldn't brandish, but in that case, they considered him brandishing. And Connecticut is they don't, if it's up to the powers that be in Connecticut, they don't even want us with a water pistol. You understand? That's how they are in Connecticut. They don't even want you with a water gun. They hate guns here so much. They would ban them in a hot second if they could. I mean, even all the way down to a 22, all the way down to a super soaker. They don't care. They hate firearms in Connecticut. So that's probably why he went through what he went through. I couldn't imagine what he would have gone through if he actually discharged his firearm. That or killed someone, even though it was self-protection. Okay, again, I don't want this video to be long. So with that, I've always said, okay, Liv, do you need firearm insurance? Do you need concealed carry insurance? And I'm like, nah, because if I ever have to use my firearm, pretty much what's going to happen is it's going to be 100% justified. So if it's 100% justified in my mind, then they're going to take me down to the precinct. They're going to ask me questions. Boop, 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 boop. They're going to let me go. That's what I'm thinking, right? You have to prove that it was a justified shooting. In order to do that, you have to go through trial. You have to have money to acquire an attorney, not no state-appointed attorney that couldn't care less if you spent 1 month, 1 year, or 100 years in jail. You have to have coverage for that entire time. You need coverage for the bond because most people don't want to wait in jail until their trial. They want to get bonded out. You have to have money for experts. You have to have money for research when your attorney tries to do all this stuff to get you off. You have to have money because most likely you're going to lose your job. You have to have money for any civil liabilities that's going to come down the line based on this criminal trial. So you have to have a lot of money because at the end of the day, you could be justified all you want, but you're going to have to prove through trial, which is financial support, that you're innocent. And you can do all of that and still lose. You could be 100% justified, completely justified, and still lose. Now, guess what? I mean, if I'm justified and I know good and well, okay, then we have to have an appeal. We gotta do an appeal. Well, guess what? You need coins for an appeal. Most people do not have that discretionary income just sitting around for a grand old day that in case something happens, they can just go into their bank account, go into their savings, and pull the money out and say, here, get me off. Most people do not have that luxury. So that brings me to concealed carry insurance, right? I think it's necessary. I'm not sure who I'm going to go with yet. I know there is CCW Safe, there is USCAA, I believe. There is Second Call Defense, U.S. Law Shield, Armed Citizens of Legal Defense. I've been doing some research, and these concealed carry insurance companies are like, how can I put it? It's not going to be perfect, right? You're going to have one company that's going to say, hey, we'll put up your bond. You're going to have another company that's going to say, hey, we're not going to put up your bond, but we'll give you a $2 million cap or a $1 million cap. You may have some companies that say, hey, put up your money, we'll reimburse you. And if you're acquitted, then, you'll get the reimbursement. If you're not, then obviously, you go to jail. So there is a whole bunch of different moving parts. And so what it requires is that you do more research and you find the one that best suits your needs. Now, of course, for a lot of people, it comes down to price, right? A lot of people want to carry, but maybe they're not working, or maybe during these times they've been laid off for a little bit, furloughed, or their money has to be stretched and they can't afford another $25 to $50 a month to pay for insurance in case something like this ever happens, right? But when you think about it, you have life insurance, you have health insurance, you have dental, property insurance, you have all of these situations where you have to have or carry insurance. And so self-defense protection shouldn't be any different. Now, I don't have any insurance yet, but I'm truly considering it because God forbid if something happens to me and I have to go through this ordeal. Listen, I'm praying every night nothing like that happens, because I wouldn't be in a situation where I've set myself up for success. So I'm thinking now is the time, and I've been seeing a lot of videos on concealed carry insurance and certain companies to go with. And again, I look at the videos and I see what's what, but I do my research. And I always tell you guys, even when you're watching this video, do your own research. Do your research, see what works for you and your family, see what type of finances you will need, what type of coverage you'll need. Think about all the things that really will matter if you were ever in that situation. And then think about, hey, can I afford this? If you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. If you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. I can't make you squeeze, money out of a rock. It's just, If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But if you can somehow figure out that, hey, maybe I can squeeze out $22 this month. Maybe I could squeeze out $35 this month. You know, maybe I got a bonus at work and I could pay it off for the whole year. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know what your financial situation is. I do know that $25 to $50 a month for several people in America is a big deal. However, I still feel that if you're going to carry a firearm, that this is probably one of the things that you might need to take a deeper dive into and probably cough up that monthly fee to protect yourself. Because, you know, if you get into a car accident, you don't have insurance, it's like, I guess I gotta come out of pocket $1,500, $2,000 to pay for the car. Okay, fine. If you don't have insurance and you go get a teeth pulled, it's like, I guess I gotta pay $1,500 to get this teeth pulled, whatever. But if you get in the situation where you're getting locked up because you defended your life, thank God you're able to see another day. Thank God. Yes. All right. We got through that ordeal. But now you're going to have to get through this trial. And you're not going to have any money. And they said on average, and I'll have to do some more research on this, but this is what I'm seeing. They're saying on average, when you have to pay for a trial, you have to prove your innocence, you have to go through this whole process. And I'll have to do more research on this, but they said it's about $400,000 to go through a trial. Paying attorney's fees, paying to get out on bond, paying for experts, paying for all of this, all of that, about $400,000. That is a lot of money. And let me tell you something, attorneys are not moving a foot, a leg, a finger without getting paid. And that's just the ones who do the bare minimum. Imagine getting an attorney who's good at what they do. They're going to want their coins. Flat out. They're going to want it. So that is something to keep in mind. I'm doing my research. When I know more, you'll know more. But someone else asked me about self-defense insurance or concealed carry insurance. And I told them at the time, I was like, you know what? I'm still considering it. I'm still doing some research on it. But I just kind of wanted to put it out there for those who might be on the fence. I can't tell you what to do, but I would strongly suggest that you look into it if you can afford it, right? So for $22, maybe that's one meal a month you don't eat out. Maybe you don't go to the movies that month. Maybe you cut back on some junk food. Maybe you bring your lunch to work that month, you know? Because I know we spend a lot of money eating out. We spend a lot of money on food. We spend a lot of money on nonsense, that maybe cutting something out like that could help you. Maybe if you live 10 minutes away from work, you ride your bike a couple of times that month. You know, just little things to think about. I mean, I don't have all the answers, but what I do know is that we should highly consider it, because especially living in a state where they do not want firearms, you are destined to go through hell to clear your name. That's just the bottom line. So maybe in more free states, you might have a little bit of luxury, you might have a little bit of wiggle room. But if you're living in a state where they highly do not appreciate the Second Amendment, you're going to be in for a hell of a ride. So I know that, and with all that information, I can make an informed decision. So I'm sorry if this video was long, but I definitely wanted to put it on your radar, because it is something that we need to really talk about and really consider, especially if you are carrying and you have a family and you don't have a lot of property to sell off where you can get that money up quickly. Okay, so listen, that's it. Go pick up your t-shirts. All right, don't forget the giveaway. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing well, treating one another with kindness, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Peace.